we pump those profits back into the profit cycle to generate even more profits. And I know what you're going to say. Profits? Yes, Stan. You're soaking in them.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is your boy ExtrmWill, and this is ExtrmWill Tech, I think is the name of the channel. This is my tech channel. So right now we're going to be covering salad in this one. This is pretty much what we've been doing the bulk of the content over here for. What I've been doing the bulk of the content over here for. So I cover my earnings. I have 29 machines right now. Machine 30 unfortunately died. I lost power a couple days ago, maybe about a week ago now. Sitting here on the floor. I need to do a couple more tests on it to see if I can figure out how to get it back up and running. I'm not feeling very hopeful. I've got parts are coming. I think I should get the chip. I ordered a Black Friday deal and I didn't realize it. I think I've got to wait like another 10 days still for the new CPU, and I should have the new motherboard and RAM here pretty quick, but it's going to take a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that board is just dead. It's the old one still running on DDR3, so some of the components in there I think I can keep, but not a whole lot of them. I think I need the new board, the new chip, new RAM, and a new cooler, but I've got a bunch of extra coolers lying around. So, but we're going to look at my salad numbers right now with 29 machines. It looks like it's actually been doing pretty decent. Up to the last 24 hours was $39.75. So it is looking way, way, way better than, like, I think I had some days I got down to as low as like $17, where it just looked horrifically bad. I still think there's still a lot of things wrong with salad right now, but it's definitely looking a lot better right now. Like I feel pretty happy with this number. If we look in here, there's quite a bit here where it looks like it was getting. See, this line here is the 45-cent line. So we had quite a bit where it got above 45 cents every 15 minutes. So an easy way to kind of figure out what my average would be right now for the last 24 hours is I'm probably at like 39 cents every 15 minutes. These are all 15-minute blocks. You multiply your block average by 4 to get it to an hour, and then by 24 for the number of days. So it's 96. So I'm explaining it backwards from how I normally do. Well, I guess I would say to get this number into the 15 minutes, you would first divide this by 4 and then divide it by 24, which is 96, which you can just kind of rough estimate and just divide it by 100 and just say this number should very closely correlate to whatever your average number is in here. It's kind of easy way to figure it out. It's just 100, so you move the decimal places too. So if I'm making, if I spend all day long at 45 cents, I should make $45. Looks like I spent the day averaged out at about 39 cents, it looks like. So not a whole lot really below 39 though. So definitely looking pretty good, looking like it's going in the right direction. Gotta like that. My electric usage on this, so you're like, is salad profitable? I'm using about $10 in electric with this $39. It might have gone up to like 11 or 12. I have some of my machines right now are metered. Unfortunately, not all of them are metered, so I don't have a perfect measurement. All I can say is my electric on this has been about $300 a month, and that works out to about $10 a day. So I have added a couple more machines. It still looks like it's been staying at about $300 a month when I see my bill at the end of the month. So slight possibility with me making more. It was more active in jobs. So I could see if my electric bill for today was actually 12, and I can see if on my electric bill for the month, with having $17 days and with having, one or two $49 days or $39 days, it's still going to average out to $10. So it'll be hard to see, but so is it profitable? Yes, I should have profited, $29 before fees and all that. So just to kind of put a little rough estimate out there. Now there is I do probably pay another 12% in fees, which I'm going to write off on my taxes at the end of the year. So, you know, it all becomes semantics and how you want to calculate it out. But definitely pretty profitable. I am over the dollar profit per machine, which is really good. Definitely there were days in Salad where it was much better. It's not now. It could still theoretically be better, so we'll see how things go. Definitely pretty happy with Salad so far as a whole. I think that's pretty much all that. They have changed the way how these rewards work. It is a little bit more complicated now. If you are having a problem with it, if you haven't done a payout in the last like week or two to have to do the new one, when you go to the store and you submit your pay-in, so you want to buy, you know, anything, you want to get like a Venmo or they have Steam gift cards too, which I do really want to get some of these Steam gift cards. I don't know why I haven't yet. They had some Steam games specifically. I think if you search like random games, you can find random games. Can I still search up here? Can I search? I love like everything in the... Did I spell it right? Ah, I spelled it wrong. They do have... You know what? I think I had this game already, though. I love Shining Force. I was tempted to buy this, but I think I have this one, and I already beat this one. I love everything in the Shining Force world, or whatever you would call it. So, love everything Shining. I think anything else in here? No, I don't want that. I already beat that one. I'm pretty sure I still remembered this one and everything about it. I think this one's like a dungeon crawler, so it's completely different game from what Shining Force originally was, because Shining Force was originally more like Final Fantasy Tactics, where it was like grid layout, and you're fighting everybody. I'm playing the original Shining Force right now on my iPad. It's one of my go-to games right now. I'm right at the end of it. I'm probably going to have to beat it here and then start playing Shining Force 2 on the iPad. Old games, probably... Okay, that's not showing the original one, but they're old. But anyways, they changed how it goes. So if you do buy something in the store now, if you buy like one of... I don't know if it does for the Venmo. I know it does for the PayPal. PayPal's the only one I've been doing. If you buy the PayPal, it sends you an email that you have to click on the link, or you have to copy the link from the email and put it into your browser and go to the browser and submit your website. It's really fast and easy. It takes a couple of seconds, and then you get paid much faster now. Instead, like it used to take a couple hours to get paid, you do the whole process now. You have the money within like 2-3 minutes. Brandon over there, Brandon Coin, he did a pretty good video on it. So I maybe should do a video on it, but I don't really want to. I'm too lazy to. I think his video's pretty perfect. If I see somebody else did a video that's really, really good, I don't want to just remake the same video. That feels cheap to me. So I think I would just rather refer people over to his video. It's really easy to get your money out now. As if we go back up the top on the earnings page, so you see, yes, I've pulled my money out 43 times already. So it's definitely pretty easy to do. Kind of painless. But they did make it a little bit more painful. But you get the money way faster now. Like, it takes... I'm assuming they went through this other company to help subcontracting it out, or just to get it done faster. But it happens real fast now. If we look at the last 7 days, yesterday is $39.14, so that's pretty good. Day before that, $37. Day before that, $35. And then right here, I believe that was Thanksgiving. So this is part of the 27th. Somewhere in here. I don't know if the 27th starts here, and like here is like midday. So like right here somewhere, I think the whole neighborhood lost power for a couple of hours. When I came home, I had to return everything back on. That's when the machine down there, it finally kicked the bucket on me. I have a couple more machines that are still acting real finicky that I'm trying to work out. But I think the other ones are going to make it. That one, no, I don't have high hopes for that one. I hadn't even touched it in days. I was hoping I could get to it today, to work on it today a little bit more. Today's the beginning of my vacation. I'm off for a week, but we're leaving in like a day and a half. So like even tomorrow, I need to pack tomorrow and make sure I'm ready to leave to go on vacation and then go on vacation. So may not be a whole lot of content from me, or there might, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I may just wait to film when I get back, or I may just do little shorts on my phone from the hotel room or something. I don't know. We'll see. But definitely the pay on it looks like it's been going pretty good. Only real problem I think I really had in the last 7 days here was when I lost power. It looked like it was doing really good here. So for the last 7 days, I think the earnings and the jobs have looked real good and solid. I thought we were going to see a little bit of a drop with the holiday, but it looks like we actually saw a big spike, which I was thinking there was a small possibility we could have. Because a lot of these jobs, if you think about it, if we're running a container that runs for 2 weeks straight, someone's setting that up to run for a long time, and they're like, hey, if I'm going to take the next 2 weeks off, let's just run this container to be done by the time I get back to work. So, I mean, you could have that school of logic on it too. Now, if you're running like these containers that run for like 3-4 hours, like you're expecting to get that back that day, and you need the results like a lot sooner, you're expecting that a lot faster. But if you're running a huge model with, extensive data, something that may take like a month, you need 1,000 GPUs or 10,000 GPUs for a month, something like that, like maybe a really good time to start something like that up right now. You'd be like, man, I can take it easy for a while before I get this data. So, I don't know though. I'm not on the customer end. I try learning as much as I can about the customer end. So, I mean, doing work now, I always want work. So, if you look at the last 30 days, you can definitely see right now looks like it's the best it's been in a while. I've barely broken $30 in a while, and it looks like it's on pace right now to be crushing that. So that is definitely really good. I'd like to get back up into that $45, $50 range, because I've made $49 a bunch of times. $50, I don't know for sure if I've actually cracked 50, because you'll see here it'll do differences in reporting for the days. So like this one says yesterday was 39.41. This says the last 24 hours was 39.80. And this says yesterday was 39. Okay, this looks like it's all actually still pretty similar, but sometimes you'll see wider variances in it. I think it's got to do with what time. It's 2:40 a.m. here, but I think they're actually based out of Utah, which I want to say is 3 hours behind me. They may be 4 hours behind me. I'm not even sure. 3 hours makes more sense to me, that they're 3 hours behind. So it may consider the end of this day here in 19 minutes. But so because it's really close to it, it may be reporting a little bit closer. When you look at these different screens, I think this one shows something slightly different, because this one says it's already a couple hours into the new day, and this one says the day hasn't actually ended yet. So it's weird. I think this is the actual last 24 hours. And I think this would be the last. I think this is your last 168 hours. Just kind of, it seems like it's still breaking it down at like random points, though. I don't know, weird. And then this seems like this might be the actual physical, or this might not be the physical day. Maybe this one is solidly what you made that day for that 24-hour period, and maybe this one's on the moving scale, which is why sometimes this is the thick lines and sometimes it's thin lines. It's something like that. Something weird. But anyways, let's get into this. So I've got 29 machines. We go over this plenty enough. I think I've already rambled for the length I want half the video to be, so we'll get into this when we break into the machines. We're going to start off here. We do get back to the pay scale here in a minute. What we're seeing here posted and reported is not accurate. We're in Windows PowerShell. So if we do this really quickly here, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to type in power. It's going to bring up PowerShell, and I'm going to run as administrator. You can just run it normally. I think it runs a little bit better as administrator because there's some things you can't do in it normally. And then I already have, this is the last command I typed in, so you press the up arrow and it'll come back up. I will leave this command line in the description down below. You press enter. This is going to go through and pull up the last part of the log that it had. So depending on the time of day or how big the file was, will depend on exactly how much you get. If the file just started, like, you won't get a lot. This one looks like this file is full. I'd imagine the file will automatically restart here in like 17 minutes. It'll automatically restart the file for the next day. But this one says right now it's making $4.56. As it says, 20 cores, 128 gigabytes of memory, RTX 4090. These three here are basically all the same. 20 cores, 128, 4090. This one says it's on 252. And this one right here got me wondering, because this one's still saying it's at 18 cents. Same things, 20 cores, 128 gigabytes of memory, RTX 4090. So I decided we would look at this like this. I don't know what my machine IDs are for the specific machines, but I do know the 3 machine IDs for the 3 4090s from me just messaging with Salad to try to figure out which of my machines wasn't reporting correctly. So if we look at this, one of them right now is doing they've been on these same containers here for a couple days. So one of these is doing $4.56. I'm going to look at yesterday's numbers because today's numbers don't really matter because it's still in like the pennies. But officially for yesterday, which ended 3 hours ago, which I'm pretty sure these are all the same containers. One of them was doing $4.56, one of them was doing $3.47, and one of them was doing $2.52. So I think I want to say this is the one doing $4.50. So if this is doing $2.50, then this is actually doing, is it $3.47? Do we see $3.47 in here? No, we don't even see $3.47 in here. Yeah. This is broken, which is why they have it turned off in Salad. This information is supposed to show up here on the GUI, but they have it turned off because it's broken. So even though you're seeing these numbers in here, they're not really right. And you can see really quickly here where they're not right, and it's giving me reason to pause. One thing, too, to double check, make sure your number of machines is correct. I know it takes about a month if you have a machine that's no longer active for it to fall off, but you do need to double check to make sure they're right. I did have an issue where 2 of my machines were both using the same machine ID, and I'm still having an issue with that. It is reporting the one machine died when we lost the power, which I'm not that surprised on. So I think I kind of lucked out a little bit on that. But with the second machine, when I reinstalled it with the same Windows ID, with the same Windows ID key, which I think is part of my problem. I think I need to go reinstall Windows on that machine again, and I need to use a different Windows ID key or just not use a Windows ID key. I'm assuming, because there's a chance too, when I pull the hard drive out of that one and I put that hard drive in the new machine, I imagine it's going to throw a big fit and be like, hey, why are you trying to use this machine ID on multiple machines? So, but I don't know. It is showing that second one, but I wasn't able to get them to show both machines because the one machine died in the power outage like the next day. But you do need to double check, make sure this is right, because there are weird issues. I'm assuming what happened is both of those 2 hard drives that I had came from the same builder, because they were in the PCs. They weren't in like the new ones that I'd built. They're 2 of the ones in old builders that came with Windows pre-installed. So I'm assuming they have like a generic store Windows key that they're able to use to get everything started with, and whatever their Windows key is. So like if you bought like two computers from I mean, I bought them from Ironside Computers. I love Ironside. I think everything they make is amazing. If you need to buy a computer, I'd highly recommend buying from Ironside. I think their stuff's great. It runs forever and it's amazing. But I think when they pre-installed Windows, something happened with those two where the Windows ID keys are too similar, and Salad thinks they're both the same machine. Now, it could be my fault. No, it can't be my fault, I don't think. I don't think it can be my fault. Because I don't think, I could have possibly installed Windows with two of the exact same machine ID keys. I guess I could have done that. And then maybe they link together. Maybe I use the same Windows ID key more than once. Maybe it's my fault. It could be. It could have been. I probably shouldn't even potentially blame the builder. It could just as easily be my fault for me trying to be cheap and trying to make a verified copy of Windows that I shouldn't have. Because I have like 20 or 30 or 40 Windows ID keys. I just don't know which ones I'm using. I have no clue. That's why half of them don't even have a key in them anymore. Because I don't feel like messing around with it. I don't care. Just don't care. But you got to be careful with that. Make sure your machine, because if these are wrong, and this is saying, if this was saying right now I only had 25 when I have 29 running, that means I'm not getting paid for 4 of my machines. If 2 of the machines are sharing the same ID key, or sharing the same machine ID number in here, then only one of them can have a job at a time. They won't let the other one pick up a job. So you can definitely run into different issues with that. I definitely think I just butchered trying to explain that horribly, but you want to be careful with some of that stuff. So try to do your best to double check and make sure, because this page right here, this is what you're actually making. I don't want to come off of that, but this is what you're actually making right here, what they're reporting. So if you come in here and you click on buy machine, and something in here isn't right, then they're not paying you for it. So this is your hard check, is all of this information in here. So trying to stay on top of all this, like whatever they tell me right now in the Windows PowerShell, that's we already know that's it's foobar. It's foobar. So I mean, we can hope it's right. If we go to this next machine, AMD Threadripper 1950X, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090, this looks like it's making $2.62, and I hope it's making $2.62. This next one, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 Ti. I hope this one's making $2.62. We go to the next one, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 Ti. This one says it's making 10 cents. I actually hope it's making $1.30, but it's probably making 10 cents. From what I've seen for the majority of my looking, whatever it has posted last is normally right. But I guess I haven't done a lot of real verifying on one like this where it's posting out like 7 different, 3 or 4 different earning amounts. This one's got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8 different earning amounts before even getting 20 lines up. So, it's a little bit of who knows. Let's see. Let's go to the next one here. So this is 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 4070. This one looks like it's currently not running. This is why I have the WSL file up here. We'll double check to make sure that looks right. It looks like it re-updated itself about 2 hours ago, so that's fine. I normally worry about this if it's more than 48 hours old. If you knew that like you lost internet or you lost power, and it looks like this is stuck when you lost internet or you lost power, you already know this file is going to be bad. I've got a video on how to go through and how to fix it. I fix it in half a dozen other videos too. These where I go through and break everything down where I find one that's broken. But yeah, you basically need to go into the ProgramData, which is the hidden file for Salad. You can see the link here. It'd be this PC, C drive, ProgramData, which you have to type in because it's hidden, Salad, WSL, and then you just delete this file and restart your computer again. I think you have to have Salad turned off. But that file looks like it's good, so it just doesn't have a job right now. Is that the 4070? Yeah, 4070's never really running. So the next one, 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090. This one's going $2.62, I hope. Let's go to the next one, 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090. This one's going $2.62. This one right here, I did have to delete the WSL file on it. All right, nice. It was only at 24 hours, but I thought it was weird that this one wasn't working when all the other 3090s are working, and all the other 3090s have been running. They've had a really decent 3090 job in there right now for, I want to say like a week or two. That'll probably still run for another week or two. This is one of them where there's probably 100 or 1,000 machines running this job. It's a huge, massive model. Probably sweet job for all of us. I'd like it if it paid a little bit more, but I'll take what I can get, I guess. It's much better than having all of them calculating like if they were all 4070s. So, but it looks like it should have been running. So yeah, I deleted it and restarted it, and you can see here already it picked up a job almost immediately afterwards. Kind of got to watch this sometimes. That's why I got it down there in the corner. I don't check it real solidly. Normally I only check it if it's not running, or if I notice a machine hasn't picked a job up in like 2 days. Then I'll glance over and start taking a look. Or if I notice a lot of machines aren't running, then I'm definitely going to look. So it's the next one, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 3090. So this one says it's doing $3.67. So this one's probably not running the same job as all those other 3090s, because this one looks like it's making a little bit more. So this one's actually running a little bit better job. So I like that. Gotta like that. Let's go to the next one. This is 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3080. This one's not doing anything. It doesn't look like it. It's just been idle for about a day. Probably. Let's go to the next one. 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 4060 Ti. This one should be doing $3.99. I should verify all these 3060 Ti's. Let's do this real quickly too then. Let's pull this up here. Let's see. This is the end. So, do I have that up here? Oh, I shut it down. Let's put this over here. Let's bring this up. And what are my 40? Oh. This would have been easier if I had just opened a new window. Let's go that and then that. It'll be easier. Alright, what are my 4060 Ti's? 1B 5 EF and I need 7 days per machine. Alright, 1B E5 and F8. So, yeah, so that one that says it's doing $4 is probably doing $4. One of them is doing says 56 cents, and one of them says doing $1.20. So let's see. So this one is doing that $4. This one's probably doing that $1.32. And this next 4060 Ti must have only been running one of these two then was probably only running this job for half the day and just picked it up more recently. So that's going to be what I'm going to say. I'm going to say I think these are both doing this $1.30, and that is doing like that $4. I'm going to assume this one on the bottom here, no, not on the bottom, the EF5 that says done 56 cents. It probably only ran that job for like half the day, or picked it up halfway through the day. It probably wasn't doing anything before. That's why it's making half. That's going to be my guess. Alright, so let's get to the next one here. This one is 12 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3070. This one's still on 10 cents. I'd imagine it's still on 10 cents. This next one here, 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060. This one says it's only $1.16. I'd imagine that's true. And this one here looks like it's not throwing anything, which I'm going to imagine that's true too. This is AMD Ryzen 9. 5900X, 12 core, 64 gigabytes of memory, RTX 3070 Ti is just calculating. Alright, so let's close these down. Let's get through that back half. I'm going to try and get through this as quick as I can. Try not to drag this video out too much longer. I think I put a lot of good information in there. Hopefully I put it through coherently. I know part of that definitely did not feel like while I was saying it I was putting it out as coherently. So let's check out the 8-core machines. I think we got some real good analytics looking at some of this in ways we don't normally tend to look at it. So we should be able to see too if in 1 minute if we still get the report or not, or if it starts the whole new report over at the start of the new day. So this is i7, 8 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti. Looks like it's only $1.30. Next one, i7, 8 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060. Says it's still on $2. Nice. So this one, this should be... I don't know if this is a medium priority then, or if they're paying for more RAM. I'm not sure because it doesn't look like it's using more RAM right now, so I'd say it might almost be a medium priority. So I think the 3060 is probably better than the 3070s are for this. I think you're more likely to see someone wanting to pay more for the 3060. I think you can see them want to pay more for like the 3060 and like the 3080. And then obviously like your 3090s and your 40 series cards. But let's see. So this is i7, 8 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070. And this one looks like it's not running at all. Yeah, it's not running. But I'm done with that job for about a day. AMD Ryzen 7, 8 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070. And this one says it's going $1.30. Looks like the time moved, but it wouldn't if it didn't open a new report yet for the day. We might see that in this next set here. But I should still have ones that I brought up right before I started filming. And we can see the current dead machine down here. I still have more testing to do on this one to see if it's fully dead. I just, as of my last trying to test it, I spent a couple hours on it and couldn't get it to work. But I'm going to try another CMOS battery in there maybe. I don't think that's going to make a difference because I already tried a new CMOS battery. I just think the whole thing is, I think the board is just shot. It's been through a lot. I've retired this machine more times than I can count. So, alright, let's get back into this. i5, 6 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti. This one's doing $1.30. i5, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060. This one's doing $1.16. Ryzen 5, 6 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070 Ti. This one, I'm having a big problem where it just keeps acting funny. Keeps resetting, and my WSL file keeps disappearing. You come in here to processor, this vmem keeps disappearing. So, I don't know. Right now it says it should, well, it was working there for a second. It was trying to do something. You know what? That is wrong. I'm not US Pacific. I am US East. Is that making a problem? Sync now. Does not like it when those are off. It's not supposed to even run if that's not synced correctly. So I wonder if that might have been a little bit of a problem. This is a fresh install of Windows. This is the one I just reinstalled it on, but I think I used the same Windows ID key, so that might still be causing a problem. It might not like the fact that it doesn't think that this is actually a valid Windows ID key or something. I don't know. So let's go to the next one. i5, 6 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3070. This one's going to $1.30. This next one, Ryzen 5, 6 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti. This one looks like it is not currently running. And if we check the WSL file, this looks like it would have been last time it updated. I'll say 10 hours ago or so. So it may still be good. I don't know why I can't do the math on it. No, 8 hours ago. It should be okay. I'll try to remember to double check it later. If this gets to 2 days, then I will delete it and all that. But right now I'm going to say I'm just going to let it sit and see if it just fixes. If it just hasn't updated itself, you know, it should be fine. So let's go to the next one. This is i3 4 core 64 gigabytes. And I guess it didn't start the new file at 3 o'clock. I don't know when it starts the new files at. Did it start the new file at 0? That says 12:20. This one before. Go back to 0. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just throwing it off of how big the data file is. Because this one's got way more information. And this one does. It's interesting. A lot of this, though, I think it's still getting all messed up. This should still look like way, way cleaner. But the pricing on this all jumping around, it shouldn't be. It doesn't need to be reporting this every, like, fraction of a second from the price jumping all around. You know, they need to get that fixed. It'll make this a lot easier. You don't like this feeling like I'm guessing. And imagine, though, if I do add all these up, this last one, i3, 32 cores, RTX 3080, says it's doing $1.30. I'd imagine right now, too, if I add all of those totals up, it should still come up to, like... It should come up to about that, like, $40. So, I went way long on that video, but hopefully we had some good stuff in there. I really should just make a separate video on this whole machine ID thing with the RTX, with this RTX 3070 Ti and the RTX 3060 sharing the same machine ID instead of trying to cover it in every video. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow if I get packed and all that in time. But for right now, I'm just going to keep bringing it up in the videos. Try to double check to make sure your machine IDs look right. I know it can be a real huge pain in the butt to come in here. Like, I have no clue really what to do with this. This is, I'm not seeing any real information. It's so hard to break it down into something that works well. The only reason I can break it down into something that actually works for me right now that's digestible is because I had emailed Salad directly and created a ticket and was trying to work with them to get to the bottom of it to figure out how to fix it correctly. And they sent me a list of all of my GPUs. So it says, you know, 4090s, it says 3 4090s, and then has the 3 system IDs, and then says 4070 Ti's and has the 2 system IDs, and then says 4070 and has the 1 system ID, and then says 4060 Ti and has the 3 system IDs. And they sent me a list like that. Is the only way I can even try to figure out what's going on with the cards. But I mean, this is a better interface for this. I don't know why I'm wasting all the time to bring this back up just to complain about this. Whatever. And getting that fixed are, you know, this theoretically trying to guess and figure out, and we're getting paid on an honor system kind of thing right now. Like, it's getting kind of old. I mean, I like that we're back to getting paid, though. Like, I mean, I'm much happier if they're going to be like guessing, if I'm guessing how much I'm getting paid, and if I'm guessing I'm getting paid $17 versus guessing I'm getting paid $40. I'm going to like guessing I'm getting paid, you know, actually getting paid $40 if we're just guessing, than just paying me $17 if we're just guessing. So, you know, I'd still like to see that be much higher, but you know, we'll see what it is and where it goes. If not, you know, there's a bunch of stuff that looks really promising in crypto. I still think Warthog looks really, really amazing. I just am tired and exhausted right now. Don't feel like I have the energy to go through and do some of the stuff with Warthog I want to do. The price action on Warthog looks pretty good. You know, it's definitely looking like it's a little bit volatile, but it looks like, I mean, if you could bank up a bunch of Warthog, that might be a good bank to have. I'm kind of excited right now for really no reason at all about Brandon Coin's new jelly coin, jellyfish coin. I don't really properly know what a meme coin like that is because I've never partaken in something like that. Because like you're not going to be able to mine them, I guess. Because he just did a video like an hour ago that I watched before I recorded this. Now I guess it's 2 hours ago because this video went for so stinking long. But I just watched his video on that before I came in here, and I guess it's just going to be up for pre-sale. I still got to figure out how to buy them. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to buy them right away when they launch because I'm going to be out of town, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to have that kind of thing set up to be able to do on the fly, and we'll see how things go. I'm going to Vegas, so if I win big in Vegas, you can expect that jellyfish coin is going to pump because I'll buy a bunch of it just as a flex. Because I think that's really all that coin is going to be really used for. Saying they might try to do some cool stuff with it. I don't know what you can do with one or not. If I can't mine it, like I have a little bit less interest. But I do want to have some just so I can be like, I got a big bag of this. I got a big bag of jellyfish. So, definitely not any kind of financial advice, you know. But yeah, that's this video. That didn't go too horrifically long. Only, 10 minutes, 12 minutes longer than I really wanted to be. So, yeah, hopefully you found this useful and informative. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below. Well, I'm on vacation. I can definitely respond to comments all the time. If you follow the Facebook group thing too, let's see if I can bring it up on one of these real quick and then slide it over here. I don't want to bring it up on that one because I don't know if that'll... Because I'll probably go to my personal page first. No, that's not there. We'll go to here. And bring it over. I'm on vacation too. I may just post random useless junk in here. This is what it looks like when you run a page, I guess. So it still isn't fully, I think, what you see. So this is the gaming and everything home. So yeah, I made a post on there about Brandon Coin, about his the new official webpage, and he made a new YouTube channel, which I think it's going to be him and 3 other guys making content for it on their Jellyfish Coin page. I don't know how much content they're really going to have, but he says they're going to try to do like a podcast style, like once a week with the 4 of them, and possibly bring another guest. So that'll be probably pretty cool. And then I post all my videos in here. I thought I posted a bunch of memes today. Didn't I post a bunch of memes in here? I posted this one a couple days ago. I thought I posted like 3 or 4 memes today. But maybe I didn't. Men only think about one thing. What men think about? Everyone's counting on me. I need to make more money. I need to do better. I'm so tired. I have to make it. Just keep going. I can't give up. I like stuff like that. It's just kind of like... This is probably a little bit more inspirational. Normally I like stuff that's just a little bit more witty, but... all my videos I post in here, it's pretty much all just been the tech channel stuff, so most of you guys are probably seeing it, but... I thought for sure I posted more memes in here. Photos? No. I thought for sure I did. I wonder if maybe whatever I'm doing for that mechanism doesn't work. That's weird. It's not showing me anything I posted today. Huh. Posted them on my phone. I was watching TV. That seems weird to me. Now I feel really confused. Maybe I guess that's why I don't think I'm getting as much meme traction on my Facebook page with my friends as I thought I was. I thought I just posted like 4 memes just because like I was bored watching TV on vacation trying to rest and recover, and they didn't post up. Huh. I'm confused. If you want something good to watch the new Dune Prophecy. It's amazing. And then go on YouTube and watch everyone talking about it. I love Dune. Alright, that's it for this video. I'm just rambling on and on. So I'll see you next time. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Come on back. If you got questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below, and I will get back to them later. Peace.